Always do that. When you come in the first place, it's supposed to be right on the Bitcoin chart, and it's on music chart. You guys don't need to stop. Up a little bit so I can have a little. Guys, how's it going, guys? Happy Tuesday. Happy March 8th. February 8, 2022. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to Obe TA, where we scanned the charts, find the mythical opportunity, right? We're going to start off with Bitcoin like we always do. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff been going on. But, yeah, I mean, relatively stable day for crypto. There's actually a few things that look pretty good. We'll take a look at them. Right, so as always, started off with Bitcoin. Just looking at the daily here. So what we need to consider here is we've started making some higher lows. Okay, so we've started making some higher lows. Unfortunately, we turned it straight into some Class B, bearish divergence. So we had the same high. We can't get past that 44,500 mark for whatever reason, right? Can't get past it. We've been treating it as resistance. We sold off. As long as we keep a high or a low above this low right down here, okay? As long as we can make a low higher than that, the hidden bullish divergence play, you know, with this little double bottom here is still kind of in effect and could still play out. Once we fall below that, you know, that's when obviously we come back down to retest 33,000, that level, but it's just not good, man. So as long as we're above that, we're okay. And truly, we need to break out of this trend line and then come back and hold it as support and then go again, right? We need confirmation of this trend line as support. We haven't gotten it yet. We haven't gotten it since December 1st that this trend line has been established, right? We came out of it, fake out, right back inside of it. We need to come out of it, come back, hold it as support, all right? That's truly the telltale sign that we're going to continue on to higher prices, because as of right now, it's just I have no clue, man. Right now, we're below major support resistance back here from September 23rd, right? We needed to hold that. We didn't. But as long as we can keep this going, we can try again, right? We could try again. There's no position to be taken right now. You need to break this resistance and then hold it really to have faith that this thing is going to continue on. There is a chance for Class A bullish divergence. As of right now, it's just bullish convergence, which is just the higher low, right on the oscillators. So the hidden bullish divergence that we did have, which was the higher low with the lower low, okay? That's hidden bullish divergence, signals continuation to the upside, turned into that top here at 44.5, or that 45,000 about. So that's about all that hidden bullish divergence got you. But again, as long as we keep above that low, there's a potential, right? There's some hope still. Okay. But let's move it around. Let's take a look at the weekly. Last week's candle, which was Sunday, it closed, right? Just had that long upper wick, kind of gross, nothing to do there. You know, we have 5 days before we can confirm what this candle is going to be. So nothing really on the weekly. Move it to the 4 hour to see what it's doing a little bit more locally here. Now this is kind of interesting. Let me clean this up. So on the 4 hour, dang, and that's technically, I mean, this would be Class A bullish divergence. Notice that we have this little green island here, so we would do something like this. Okay, so we've got the lower low in price with the higher low going on the oscillator. We do, yeah, have some Class A bullish divergence. What's not great about this is the fact that you did have, let me change up the color so you can see what I'm talking about. You did have some pretty massive hidden bullish divergence going on here on the 4 hour. Get the color right.
Hold on.
You did have some pretty massive 4 hour hidden bullish divergence that just hit the what was supposed to be support as resistance before selling off, right? So that's just not a good sign. But what is a good sign is coming down and now creating Class A bullish divergence while staying above your lowest low at this point back here. So you're getting mixed signals, but you're below major support. There's just really nothing to do on Bitcoin until it breaks that trend line, breaks that support resistance from back here. Let me see, where are I think the 50 moving average is around there at that point. Even on the daily, the 50-day moving average is right inside of that little red triangle that we're looking at. So it's just like, dude, you got a lot of work to do before I'm confident in taking like a real long on Bitcoin. Okay, falling below that support was bad. You really wanted to hold that to argue continuation to the upside with this hidden bullish divergence, right? It's unfortunate, but you just got to go with what happens, right? We expect it to hold. We want it to hold. If it doesn't hold, then we have to re-strategize. We got to regroup, figure out what the next play is, all right? That's it. You could reject this again, right? You already did yesterday. You treat it as resistance. You could reject it again and just come straight down to 34,000, 33,000, back down around here. And we'll see what it looks like at that point. You could come all the way back down to 30,000, right? These lows back here from July of 2021, June, right? May. Also back here from January 22nd. It's a pretty strong level, 29,000, 30,000, right in that zone. So we'll see. But that's pretty much it on Bitcoin. Nothing to do right now. We need some confirmation. You're right up against major resistance after underperforming with bullish indicators. You do not want to be taken along right now. Okay? You just don't. You need to wait for it to break out and then confirm support. And then on the confirmation of support, then we can talk about taking a position. Or just sell off, reject, and head down to the next level of support. Understand?
Hold up. Wait.
How we feeling, by the way? If anybody's in here, man, let me know your thoughts on the current goings-ons, the war and inflation. And girlfriend just sent me a picture this morning of the pump. It's like $4.18 a gallon. Disgusting. Where you at? There you are. Horrible, man. Horrible. But even though tech and crypto and that kind of stuff might be selling off, there's still opportunity out there. And we're talking commodities, all right? And we'll take a look at them for sure. But for the time being, let's move it over to the little brother, to Ethereum, see what's going on here. So Ethereum with the gigantic bullish shark harmonic that wants to be, right? Never quite got there, potentially could still get there, right around $2,000. Not only psychological support, but also has this peak back here from February, February 20th of 2021. So a little bit of a peak that could act as support, psychological at the 886 of a massive bullish harmonic, the bullish shark. And potentially we want to see some divergence or something when we get down there, but as of right now, you are actually, what'd you have on the day? What time is it? Okay, we closed about an hour and 2 minutes ago on that candle. So bullish engulfing candle, technically. Yup. With Class A bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Okay, so that's actually pretty interesting. You know, not only on the MACD either, but also on the RSI. So Ethereum's in the same boat. Okay, let me move it to the 200. I mean, the 200 moving average is way up there, but the 50 moving average is right along where this trend line is, as well as this support back from September 21st, $2,676, $2,670. Okay, that is going to be your major resistance, but you're getting Class A bullish divergence on both oscillators off of a little bit of a small harmonic here, but this little green guy, let me make it a bit easier to see against the yellow, but this little bullish bat, you're keeping a little bit of a higher low going here with some divergence, man, and a bullish engulfing candle. So we'll see. Again, if we come up and reject it, it's just further confirmation of how bearish this trend really is, right? When you get these bullish indicators, it should come up and break resistance and then hold it. That's what we haven't done yet. You can even see right here, it's like we broke the trend line. Oh, breakout impending? No, fake out right back into the trend line. Never held it as support. I guess technically, March 2nd, it kind of did actually. All right, we move it in, tested, held above it, but you want more than that. You need like a little bit, at least a green candle or something afterwards Okay, this candle, it's like, okay, hold up. Right? Wait.
Hold up.
Okay, we wait.
Hold on.
To see the follow through, and the follow through was right back within the trend line the next day. So it's like, all right, so we just pass. Okay, but we want it to break out and then come down and hold the support, right? Either the horizontal support or the trend line, or both. Maybe even the 50 moving average at that point before going up to horizontal resistance. Just get outside of this trend line that you haven't been able to do since December 1st. Truly get out of the trend line, come up and test us a resistance, and then then it's like, okay, then we could come back down, hold this support and go, or it just comes up and breaks that resistance, right? A couple different things that could happen there, but we need it to break, hold, and then continue and stay out of the trend line. That's when we'll really know whether or not we're in a reversal to the upside. Okay, but even I've been saying from the start here, no bullish divergence on the MACD, no bullish divergence on the RSI. Actually, let me retract that. I'm sorry. You did have it on the MACD, but you did not have it on the RSI. So pretty weak. Talk about that a lot. When you don't have it on both, it makes it a little bit weaker in my experience. And that's seemingly what we're getting. We got a reaction, a pump, and now it's kind of done out, kind of selling off. You never made a higher high than this high back here from January 15th. So I think there's a chance Ethereum moons from here.
Oh, do ya?
Okay. But yeah, that's Ethereum. Move it to the 4 hour. Clean it up a little bit. Similar kind of stuff. All right, similar to what we were seeing with Bitcoin, almost exactly what we were seeing. Right, we had the what was it? One had about the same low in price with the lower low on the oscillator, right? So you almost want to call it hidden bullish divergence. You can call it like class B if we want to keep it similar to the classic. But all it did was come up and reject what was supposed to hold as support. Treat it as resistance, okay? That's not good. Now it came down, didn't even get to the support at $2,405, right? This peak back here from July 6th before pivoting back to the upside, bullishly engulfing. Okay, which kind of signals underperformance of that rejection. So a little bit of hope, man. A little bit of hope. We'll see, but there's nothing to do again until it breaks that. Really it. Either until it breaks it or until it falls down to another support with some kind of divergence or something. Let's take a look at the total market cap. All right. The total market cap getting some class B bullish divergence. Okay, so I'm talking about, right? We're getting some bullish divergence, not bad. What I mean by that is this, right? I mean, dang, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of convergence. So close though, man. It's like same low, higher low kind of stuff. It's slightly higher, I guess. Bullish convergence, which is still not bad though. We even have, it's just been bullish convergence the whole way, right? We've just been making some higher lows. So again, as long as you can stay above the candle closes here, right? We're talking 1.65 trillion. As long as you can keep these bodies above these bodies, it's okay, man. But if you make a lower low after these consecutive lower highs going on here, you make one lower low, yeah, man, that's not a good sign. And you likely head back down to 1.5 trillion in a scenario like that. Technically, you had a bullish engulfing candle today. Again, all right, with some close bullish divergence. Looks okay, but a little bit of an upper wick. See, man, there's no like definitive, there's no definitive evidence that this thing is going to reverse back towards the upside. It's like there's still a chance. It's not like wiped out because we're still slightly above that last low, but rejecting support, or what should have been support, treating it as resistance after a bullish divergence, like it's just not great, man. Not great. So we'll take a look at the futures too on the NASDAQ. Usually gives a good indication of what stocks are going to do on the opening bell. And, you know, typically what tech has been doing, Bitcoin has been following. And what Bitcoin follows, then crypto follows. So we'll take a look at that. But let's move to the number 3 coin, if you don't count Tether. Take a look at Binance Coin here. So Binance Coin actually outside of its trend line here. Nah, it's like right at it. Dang, dude. Puppy freaking out downstairs. You shouldn't, I think I had a Hey man, you want to stop barking?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
But yeah, so you're right up against that upper trend line. Need to break out of that again, like everything else. Let's see. Did have same kind of story though. As long as you keep a low above, I would say about 356, these candle body lows. Right, this is still intact technically. And this was a pretty clear case of Class B bullish divergence. So we had the same low, higher low, MACD, end on the RSI, right? So it's like double bottom, Class B bullish divergence, nice, got us up to, again, another support area before rejecting it, treating it as resistance, bad, falling back inside the trend line, bad, but staying higher, and now potentially continuing to build the positive momentum on the MACD. You can notice on the histogram here, went solid green again, right? Break this trend line, the 50 moving average, and this horizontal support that you did just treat as resistance. Make a high above this high, okay? And then at that point, we could be looking at something like this, right? Break out of it, come down, make a potential entry here at 408, because at that point, we'd expect if it holds, to get up here to about $500, that high back here from January 6th. All right. Even if we do a little Fibonacci from the recent wick low to the high, came right down into the golden zone before potentially going, right? So it's trying to reverse off of the 50% Fibonacci retrace, that little golden zone here that we talk about between the 50 and the 618. Okay, so we'll see, man. Decent stuff. It's not just completely rejecting and getting lower than that low. Okay, once it does that, kind of game over. Then it's kind of like, all right, you know, real true rejection. There's still a little bit of fight left in these things. So yeah, breakout, man, and we'll see. Let's move to the 4 hours, see if there's anything else on there. Same thing, the hidden bullish divergence was pathetic, rejected the 50 moving average. 200-day moving average right up there as well. 204-hour moving average right up in here. So, dude, you've got a beast of resistance ahead of you, which lends to your argument that if it does break those, how bullish the asset could actually potentially be.
Nice.
So, when you break what's supposed to be resistance, good. Bullish signal. When you reject what's supposed to be support, bearish signal. So far, all you've done really is reject support. So it needs to do something bullish, and it needs to do it pretty quick.
Frosty!
All right. Binance Coin, move it to Solana. We're just going to skim through these things here. Solana has the potential, if it can pivot literally right now. Okay, it's got the potential for double Class A bullish divergence on the MACD. Dang it. And on the RSI here. Okay, got the potential. Lower lows, higher lows on the oscillators. Lower low in price, higher low on the oscillator. It could potentially do it. And if it's going to make a move, dude, it's going to make it pretty soon. Because it's also at this little peak back here from August 21st. All right, this resistance that did hold as support a little more locally here on January 24th. And then it also held it here February 22nd. So this is definitely a level here, $82. 82.71 of support. And you're getting some like potential double Class A bullish divergence stuff. If it's going to make a move, it's going to make it here today. Not today, either like tomorrow or the next day or the next few days. It's either going to break out, man, or it's going to dump, or it's going to dump down to a support. Okay, I don't really want to take a position here, right? Because you're at such strong resistance. But if you break out, come down, again, same thing. Hold, and then continue up, okay? And then on the second test, here, you could potentially take the position, okay? Just get outside of that trend line. That's the main thing. Get outside of the trend line and then hold a support. You haven't done that yet. That's the major difference here. Okay? Do that, then okay. Then we can have a different conversation. But yeah, 115 really is the level you need to get back above. All right. Let's move it to Luna. All right, so Luna, which has been overperforming the past few days here, clearly. See how well it's been doing. Up, broke out, got above this little C shoulder back here, this high back from January 16th, came back down because it was, you know, overbought and everything. Came down, held this shoulder. So this is kind of like the opposite of what a lot of cryptos are doing. Okay, it's holding what was once resistant as support. Okay, with a massive bullish engulfing candle. Right now, it's even having follow through on the day. Up 3%, getting over the C point here. So the way to measure this, where this is probably going from this high point, this A, all right, it's probably going at least, I would say, to, during the fact you're over that C shoulder again, it's probably going at least to the that all-time high. Right around about $100, I would say. Also psychological resistance. So Luna is probably going to about $100. Again, the daily, no bearish divergence or anything, just a nice, healthy pullback. Okay, no hidden bullish divergence on this thing, but dude, it's fine. You're treating resistance as support with a massive bullish engulf candle. Dude, people want Luna, is what this is saying. Okay, when you bullishly engulf like that after such a major run up and a slight pullback, I mean, what was it? It was from your low to your high, it was a 382. Okay, that's pretty weak. So even if we're talking like waves here, I'm down to 382 before heading up to like the 1272, right? The 1414. The 1272 actually lines up almost perfectly with the all-time high. So yeah, you could maybe see something like this. Okay, down to the 886. Maybe something like this. All right, it's hard to tell. Once you get up here, it's hard to say whether or not you just start holding 618s and 50% retrace and stuff like that before going. But we're looking at like a shark harmonic or something, or even a cipher at like the 786, which would be holding these little highs here from February and November 9th. Yeah, maybe it comes down, gets up there before, you know, takes a profits at C, comes down and sets up another nice entry point. But yeah, I mean, what this is currently doing, not overbought anymore on the daily. So it's got room to run And depending on where it starts to pivot, let's say RSI gets above, but you can't get a higher high than your recent high, got some bearish divergence, right? But until we see some bearish divergence or anything, yeah, it did a 382 retrace, bullishly engulfed at support, and it's rallying again. So the all-time high at $103, $100 if you want to be a little more conservative. Yeah, most likely for Luna. Okay, be nice.
Nice.
Moving to another overperformer, Dash. Currently at what, 99, but do similar stuff here. So pay attention here on Dash. Right, so you had Class A bullish divergence, just turned into kind of nothing, kind of just bearish convergence. It was nothing really, but you also had it on the RSI. Now you have confirmed, right? It's starting to build at this point with a bullish engulfing candle, double Class A bullish divergence on the MACD and on the RSI.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Not even really just a bullish engulfing candle, kind of a morning star almost even. Morning doji star. Really strong, man. This is strong for Dash. So at the very least, you come up to test 108, right? Which has been a major level of support on this asset. You can see, zoom out here, July 19th, December 4th, okay? Major level of support. Get above that. Try to hold it as support. Break above these two little peaks you had here. And then it's 140 and beyond. Okay, break above 140. You head right up to the 200-day moving average, right around 160. Okay, but this is where you often see assets begin to reverse, right? This is stuff you look for. You can just look in history here. Way back here, I mean, this is pretty dramatic, but you can see where the divergence starts. Didn't really have it on the RSI that time, but caught the reaction before getting it on the RSI. Okay, this was the reaction without the RSI. Then here, you did get it on the RSI. And on the MACD, you can't really see it, but you never even got negative again. So technically, a lower or a higher low. You had it on the MACD technically, but once you get on the RSI, man, that's a good sign. And then it just went bonkers, and that was after, you know, a major harmonic. Again, just letting you the thing here. This is a bullish shark. Okay, pretty massive bullish shark that turned into that rally, which I guess counted for what, about 140%. Good lord. But the point is that this stuff signals seller exhaustion. Okay. Signals that bears are getting tired, sellers are getting tired, and it approached levels of what was once, you know, peak back here. All right, what was once resistance, support, okay? So levels that matter looking left historically. All right, and we're doing something similar here. Okay, we're already treating, see where we touched here, this low back here from January 2nd, which was once a support. We're trying to treat it as support again. Okay, also a support back here, September 7th, 2019, and here, March 7th of 2019. All right, so we're talking about a support line historically with bullish divergence starting to present itself again. All right, this is potentially where assets go off. Now, if the stock market dumps, Bitcoin dumps, it won't play out. It will most likely not play out. But if we're talking about when you want to be taking a position on an asset, it's down around here. Looking at this kind of stuff. It's not up here. Okay? Not up here. Not up here. Not up here. Right? It's not even here, if you can believe it. It's down at supports showing bullish divergence. That's the formula, man. So let me take a look here on Dash real quick. All right, similar kind of thing, right at the trend line here. Technically broke out of the trend line, man. We have a breakout on Dash. All right, now it's dealing with the 50-day moving average, but again, like I just said, if we come down now, maybe we treat that as resistance, but come down and then hold, and this could take days, man. It could take days. Then get above, then it's like, all right, we're good to go. Or the other signal is just that Dash has a crazy good day and just breaks that resistance. Maybe even this one here and heads up around here like 126. Just breaks $100, heads up in this area. Okay, then we're like, all right, cool. Because then we're overtaking the recent highs and everything. Perfect. Yo, did you hear the U.S. decision to send embargo on oil? I did hear that, man. Welcome, by the way. I did hear about that. I wouldn't be too worried about it. We have more than enough oil here to pump out in order to handle demand to try and help with the pricing. Our net imports from Russia only their oil only accounted for like 8% of how much we actually imported. So it's a lot, man. It was like 625,000 barrels a day. So it's a lot of oil, but when you zoom out, it's like 8%. So yeah, not great, not fun. You don't love, embargoes, but it's not like we were getting a quarter of our oil from them or anything like that. So I think that's not that big of a deal. I think it's okay. If it really was that big of a deal, Sean, you would have seen it like the market would have really reacted pretty violently. It was, kind of down, not a great day, but people didn't freak out because of the embargo on Russia. So not too big a deal. That should let you know, kind of calm you a little bit as to a lot of this stuff is kind of like theater, man. It's really bizarre to watch. When I'm watching his black belt get taken away and he's being banned from cat beauty competitions, it's just bizarre. And I get it, right? You're trying to like isolate him from the world so he caves or whatever, but at this point, he's pretty much the Russia's pretty much already effed. So it's like, what, he's gonna back down now because the cat coalition has banned Vladdy Whiskers, Vladdy. I don't even know any cat names. I'm not a cat guy. Okay, kind of dumb. Yeah, which I get it. We don't want to help them fund the war by buying their oil, right? But you'll see the headlines, man. The headlines will just be like, ugh, embargo on Russia. It's what? It's like, it's only 8% of the imports. Okay, it's not a big deal. Everybody just calm down.
Okay.
Bruh.
Psych!
Yeah, we'll buy your oil.
Psych!
Yeah, you can enter your cat into the Miss Whiskers 2022 Most Beautiful Cat competition.
Psych!
Ban him from the dog one too. Why not? Ban him from the parakeet competition too, right? Toucan Vlad is banned from competing in the next Mr. World Parrot or something. I don't know. Just add it on. What's going on, Sean? Happy to see you in here, man. If you've got anything you want me to take a look at, you know the deal. Throw it in there. But that's Dash, man. Dash looks pretty good. Bullish engulfing candle, double class A, bullish divergence, developing, forming, broke out of the trend line. Okay, we're keeping an eye on Dash. Officially. Move to BAT. Right? BAT doing something kind of similar. Not really, actually. Because of this one little red island that I do not like. But you are getting that green so we can see. Buying some ETH. Is it a good time right now? So Ethereum and Bitcoin, they need to do a few things, Sean. Given the whole war and stuff. Yeah, because here's the thing, man. Even with the war going on or whatever, it's like, that's kind of what the charts are for. And while it sucks because anything new that comes out will destroy your technical analysis, like totally new. I'm not talking about like, oh, rate hikes. Oh, he's going to announce the rate hike. It's like we know the rate hikes are coming. I'm talking like a nuke is heading over into you, or a nuke is on its way to the US or something, right? There's just a lot of stuff that's currently developing and happening. But you can still use the charts to see what the sentiment is now. And if something looks like a good setup, you can choose to take the setup or not. If you think it's too risky because there's a potential news driven catalyst that could come down the pipe at any time, then you just avoid it, and we move over to the commodities, right? We move it over to the gold and the oil and that kind of stuff, which could also be affected. Because you got to think of it this way: if you got to think of it this way: if Putin came out tomorrow and said, we are pulling out of Ukraine, peace and love from here on out, I listened to a couple Beatles albums, I'm feeling good, so I'm gonna pull out. These commodities that have been skyrocketing, dude, are going to dump death, right? So that stuff can always happen. When we're looking at the charts, if we see a good entry, we take a shot, we put a stop loss, and that's the game we're playing. But Ethereum, I'm not taking a position on Ethereum until it breaks this trend line that it just can't since December 1st, and then confirms it as support. And that might take a few days. Either confirms it as support or really just breaks it, strongly. I think that's a word. But breaks it with strength. Okay? Something like that. No, wrong arrow. Something like this, right? Like breaks the trend line, breaks the 50-day moving average, breaks the horizontal support, and gets above this high. Okay, then comes up, then comes down, then I'll take a position, okay? But, dude, you're approaching what was supposed to be support. You broke it, so now it's going to act as resistance. You're approaching the 50-day moving average, and you're approaching this trend line that hasn't really been broken ever since this downtrend formed. So I need some confirmation, man, before I take positions on Ethereum or anything like that. All right. Got arrows all over the place here. Danny, what's going on, dude? Welcome. Where were we? Oh, VRA. VRA actually looking good too. A lot of assets. There's a lot of cryptos looking like this. So VRA. VRA. Okay, bruh. Bruh. Class A bullish divergence on the MACD. Class A bullish divergence. RSI as well. Okay. So, and at a level of support. So holding. So we're getting like the same low kind of thing. Whoops. Same low. Okay. So reacted. Came up. Held. Now showing bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI, and bullishly engulfed on the candle. That's pretty good, man. So you want to come up. The support, the target, I guess, on a move like this would be 2.6 cents. Okay, which is a further rise of about 23%, 24%. So it's not going to be super equitable as far as like a stop loss trade, because you'd have to put it below the support. So it'd be something like 1.64, something like that. If you're okay with that, hey, this is showing good stuff to at least get back up to that support level, I would say. Right? This is good. This is some good looking stuff. So if you want to play it, if you're feeling froggy, go ahead, jump in there. Look to take some profits up around 2.6 cents. Yeah. It's pretty good stuff. Good luck, exhaustion. ERA, bruh. 4 hour. Then on the 4 hour, really. Bearish convergence. Hidden bullish divergence. That was pathetic. And let me show you what I'm talking about here real quick. Talked about it a couple times. But you had the higher low forming back here. We're talking about this low right here. All right, so you had a higher low that was starting to form and starting to confirm the hidden bullish divergence before literally Bart noise Coming down.
Psych!
Oh, hidden bullish divergence.
Psych!
Sent you straight back down to the hidden bullish divergence. Underperformed pretty bad, which is not a good sign. It's not a bullish signal. So came down, and you're trying to hold these this support, which is good. So, you know, it's like rejection of the bullish variable is bullish. I'm making my brain hurt a little bit. But it's like, dude, this is definitely a bullish sign. Turn into Class A bullish divergence. At support. Let's go. Okay. Let's see some continuation. I think tomorrow might actually be a pretty decent day. As long as nothing crazy comes down the pipe.
Right.
All right. Cool. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ futures here. Go ahead and also price line back on. So massive indecision today, the day that closed out. Just kind of nothing, almost kind of like a doji, right? This is just nothing. Long upper wick, lower wick, nothing. People didn't really know what to do. They don't know if they want to buy. They don't know if they want to sell. It did gap down at the open. So that was, what, about 3.5 hours ago? So it did gap down, and it's now coming up. So this is potentially setting up the classic stock bullish engulfing candle when it can engulf this doji here. Then you would honestly have like a morning doji star at that point, which could get us back up to about here, right? What was once support, and before just making another lower high and coming back down. And really, I don't know if you're going to hold this support here for May 13th again, at which point you head down to, let me take a look at the weekly, get a better idea. Yeah, this like peak back here from August of 2020 seems like a decent spot. So I'd say like right here. You fall below 12,951, head to 12,473, which of course, you know, this is basically the tech sector, right? The NASDAQ 100 does not include financial companies whatsoever, right? We're talking banks, we're talking Berkshire Hathaway, those kind of guys. So the main players at that point are the big tech guys. So this is like a measure of the tech sector. Okay? Just been getting smashed, but yeah, your support, you're at it, and maybe you get some support here tomorrow. Again, might be a pretty decent day. Some cryptos are looking good. Hopefully it is a good day and Bitcoin can break the trend line and we break out and continue the upside, man. That would be fantastic. I want to make money too, but we gotta wait for some kind of confirmation of support. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. How's your guys' Tuesday going? Going good for a Tuesday? Bad for a Tuesday? Is it a blues day? I will stop.
Frosty!
I did not do silver yet. I will do silver now. We'll do silver right now. We'll look at silver. We'll look at silver just the U.S. dollar, okay, which is just basically the spot price. The one we looked at was like a 2x leverage deal, but we'll take a look at silver right now. So, what we need to look at with silver, and let me see. Oh, it's okay. What's nice about silver is just remember how we're talking about with crypto, right? We wanted it to break trend lines. Upper trend line here. We wanted it to break the trend line and really get as far away from the trend line as possible. At least get like a strong candle after the trend line, and then you can pull back. Silver didn't really pull back. Silver just went straight up, which is fine too. I guess technically it broke out on February 23rd, sold off but closed above, and then the next day also closed above at the 200 moving average. I'd say, so like if we're looking at this, February 28th, just keep this in mind for crypto. This I guess technically fourth candle that closed above the trend line and above the 200-day moving average, boom. We need a couple days of being above the trend line to know we're not getting faked out. Okay? Because if you just buy it immediately after it breaks out, then it pulls back to do the test, which it normally does, and then it maybe just fails. It's just a fake out. Once you get a few candles past that trend line, it's confirming, okay, we're not selling back below it. People are okay with buying it past that. They don't feel like it's a fake out. They're confident in the asset going forward. So then you just wait for that, man. Who cares if you don't get it right on the trend line? Oh, I didn't get the bottom. Oh my god, I didn't get the very bottom of it. Oh my... Who cares, dude? Don't be greedy. Let it confirm. Then get in and ride it. Ride it up. Okay? What I like about silver here too, though, is besides the fact that you had the hidden bullish divergence back here, and it's playing out beautifully above the 200-day moving average, okay, above the trend line, above historical resistance looking left, you are at the pattern completion zone of a pretty textbook bearish butterfly, all right, up at the 1272. The reaction off of this butterfly is pretty weak so far. Okay, so you're just getting indecision. So typically, if we were in like a bear market, bearish indicators will overperform. Remember that. This is not performing very well right now at this reaction. Maybe it even comes down, right? Maybe it even goes back below and then holds this as support, this November 15th high for the first time. Truly, in a long time, then you just continue the trend, okay? You continue the trend, and we can measure the trend by looking at some Fibonacci's. And the Fibonacci is going to go from the high to the low, okay? Because at this point, the only real high, and we can move it even to like the weekly, because the weekly even had like this beautiful Class A bullish divergence on the E, on the RSI, right? Lower low in price with the higher low on the oscillators. Boom. Okay, and we are now getting back above. This is what's significant about this. See these supports, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a major historical support level. We are back above it now. So as long as we stay above that, man, really the only next level or peak, I guess I should say, is 28.75. Okay, this is the next resist, about 9% up here, right? 28.77, that's the next level. But even this, right, if we're in a real bull trend, it doesn't matter. We get up there, we test it, we come down to hold a support if it even gets that low before continuing the trend, right? There will be ups and downs, but you've just done really bullish stuff at this point. You're not even overbought on the weekly time frame. I think it just keeps you going 100%. Okay, it looks really good, and it's a little overbought on the daily, whatever. But and if the stock market has a good day, yeah, it'll probably pull back a little bit, but it's already done its part. It's already done what it needed to do to signal that this asset is now bullish. Okay, so yeah, 28.75, and then from there, take it from the recent high to the low. Oh my god, puppy's all over the place. All right, we're only at the 618. Got to get up into like the 886. Truly is like the level. Oh my god, we're fostering a puppy. Oh, my girlfriend likes to foster dogs, and I do too. But good lord, man, having a puppy is just. Everybody's had. Danny, I know you've had a puppy. Dawn, I don't know if you've had a puppy. Anybody else in here if you've had a puppy, dude? It's just like. The damn thing's up at 2 a.m., jumping off the bed, biting on shoes. Just thing loves to chew. It's dude. It's like it's a hassle. He's cute, he's cool, but it's a damn hassle. You know what? He's barking. Let me go get him real quick and bring him on here. I'll be right back. One sec. All right. This is the mighty Samson. Samsonite. Samson for short. If anybody gets that reference, you'll get a free God wheel spin. But this is Samson. We have no idea what he is. He's a, I'm not sure. I think they said like a Corgi Chihuahua type of mix or something. Dude, he's literally crazy. Look at him. Literally a teddy bear, but he's got loud bark and he loves to just chew on everything. We're not going to tell the people that are going to adopt him that. We're going to leave that part out. But he's a sweetheart, man. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. All right, enough of that. He's going to freak out now. My arms probably. Let me just, because what he's going to do, we have like spiral staircase back here. He's going to jump off and kill himself. So I'm going to go put him back downstairs. I will once again be right back.
Frosty!
All right, sorry about that, guys. Good God, there he goes. Could you stop barking?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
But, yeah, man. So we're talking probably to the all-time high, up around $30. And then from there, it's just, we're going back to the historical highs. And look at this, man. Like, when you zoom out, this is how good this chart looks. Okay? Like, just look. Like, you had your low back here, your COVID low, and then you just came up and you held this resistance from July of 2016 like a champ and rallied off of it with Class A bullish divergence on the weekly time frame, continuing breaking resistance, breaking the 50 moving average. It's just, especially with the conditions going on, man, it's just like prime to get up here. It's prime to go to $35. Why not? And that's right at the 1618. Come on.
Hold up.
Kidding me?
That's not good enough.
That's like perfectly at the 16. So there you go. 35.57 is the target on silver, which is a further run of about 35%. And if we're talking that leverage one, the AGX, that's what it was, AGQ, 70%, man. Okay, so silver's been one that's kind of been lagging behind a little bit. It hasn't popped off as much as like gold has. Gold is up around at its resistance here from August 3rd, 2020. Look how perfect. This is what's cool about this stuff, man. Charts, technical analysis. Like, you can't come in here and tell me that technical analysis is just like, I hear people go like, oh, it's like the horoscope, like the zodiac sign of investing or whatever. It's like, dude, it's not, man. I've just seen too many resistance, support lines, trend lines, reactions, hold and be treated as support and resistance to just sit here and be like, there's nothing to it. It happens all the time. Happens all the time. So at the very least, you can frame out areas that are better to buy and not buy. You know what I'm saying? Like at 2039, if I have no clue about a chart and I'm just looking at a number and I'm just excited because it's been going up, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy it. But you have no clue that it's extremely overbought. It's at a resistance, right? You just buy it. And then that's when you lose and you get destroyed. So you're up. Nice. These highs back here from 2020, November and January of 2021 were pretty major resistance above it. So, hey, you could come all the way back down to there, right? You could come all the way back down before just holding them as support and then continuing the run. Okay? There are gonna be pullbacks, and but there might also not be. This thing has just been like parabolic, going straight up. Did you make an all-time high today? Thousands. Certainly got back above this high from 2011. Also really good. So look, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Major level of resistance, $1,918. You blew through with 2 candlesticks.
Nice.
Right? That's how strong this is right now. And look at the volume. Ew. Look at the volume spike on those. Crazy. This is not like a joke. Okay? This is really strong buying. Gold is being bought like King Midas hitting the buy button, I guess. Is that lame?
Nice.
Right.
King Midas is in here right now, freaking buying this up. But again, man, same kind of thing. You would just go ahead from the high to the low. The 1618 is the target when you break out like this. With this kind of buy momentum, it did not land. I'm sorry about that. You know what? Slap myself. Right? You win some, you lose. Right? Today we lost one, but hey, if it goes to the 1618, we're winning some. I don't care how corny the jokes are if we're making money.
We want more money.
Okay. Let me zoom in real quick. I'm curious. I want to see if we made an alt high. Wait, can you take a look at Apple? Yes. Take a look at Apple. Let's see. The high on the week was 2070. The high back here was 2075. So not quite. Daily? Maybe a daily high? 2075. Nope. You're $5 away from an all-time high. You were $5 away from an all-time high on gold. This guy's super happy.
I love gold.
I think I'm gonna buy gold around $1,764.
And it's gone.
Sayonara, dude. Cool. All right. Gold still has a way to go, man. When it breaks out, if you say that, if it breaks out, yeah, 1618. What did I say? 618 up around $2,307, which from this exact point, about a 13% rise. Cool. Which, like, you might turn your nose up at, right? You might shake your head a little bit. 13%, I don't care about that, because you're so used to tech and crypto and everything. But if we're in like recession, everything's selling off and dumping, and inflation is at 8%, you just want to beat inflation. You're happy with 13%. That's fine, especially in the amount of time that it'll probably take to get there. It probably won't take too long, and it could just continue from there, right? 1618 is like the full move, but then it just Then it just comes down and resets as a 50% retrace or something before continuing on, depending on the scenarios at that point, but depending on the narrative, that stuff. But yeah, okay, we're looking for ways to make money in a time where everything seems to be selling off. That's it. Gold, good. Silver, fantastic. Let me take a look at Apple for you, Sean. I'll tell you what, I'm not buying Apple. I already know that for a... let's take a look at the chart first, but I'm not buying anything tech related in this kind of environment. Yeah, so even just looking at the... okay, so looking at the weekly, okay, let me not speak out of turn here. Any higher low that you get from this low back here, yeah, you'll have hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time. Okay, you need to start pivoting though. You have not. So, you know, this could just continue selling until you get below that low, and then it's done. So, you know, on the weekly time frame, you'd want to start seeing it pivot. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, so this is kind of not great. So you had Class A bullish divergence. Gotta scoot later, dudes. Danny, sayonara, dude. Please, good you being here, man.
Frosty.
But had Class A bullish divergence, and then it just made a lower high. So just pretty weak performance of the divergence. Nothing special, man. Nothing great about it. You are at this historical resistance, this peak back here, about 157. You're trying to hold that right now, but momentum is just going negative again. The RSI is right at about that 35 range. I think, let me take a look. All right, you're right at the 618, dude. This is a very strong support that you're at right now. So you break below this, support right now, and you don't have like Class A bullish divergence or anything on the daily. So I wouldn't take this trade. But yeah, you break this support and you start heading down probably to the 886. Peak back here, right? There's some confluence there with the 886, and that's right around 144 bucks. Right, at which point is a further decline of about 8%, I want to say. And obviously below that, about 138, your low back here from October. Okay, just do a full reset. Come back down there. But yeah, dude, you fall below 157. Got the 200-day moving average. Maybe that helps you, but 157, man, it's a strong support. So I think if you fall below that, you head to that 886. Right. But yeah, so that's Apple. Take a look at the S&P 500 real quick. Kind of gross. Long upper wick closed down on the day about what, 0.72%. You're kind of approaching the, I mean, you're not approaching, right? Been in the danger zone. With that tweezer top started it all. Right, this tweezer top bearish engulfing candle, saying it from the start, it was like, oh, the hammer, yeah, disgusting. Hammered into, here's another thing, right? Bearish engulfing tweezer top turned into a bullish hammer that rejected the 50 moving average. Terrible. Horrible.
Psych!
That's just bearish confirmation alone. So the weekly, dude, I think the S&P 500 is heading down to, 4,053. And these little supports back here, sure. It ain't much, but it's something. Before really, man, the COVID low. We're talking like a real bear market, real recession. The COVID low, the golden zone, right where that 200-week moving average is. Down around here, like 3,200. Another 24%. 39. We're talking pain at that point. Companies are hurting at that point. But yeah, you fall below 4,000. 49, I think it's almost certain that we go. Okay. Even this, again, right? When bullish indicators underperform, it indicates that we are now in bearish condition. We had a bullish weekly shark. We moved to the daily, see a little bit better, but we had the bullish shark, the deep shark, the 113, caught the reaction before topping out, making a lower high, and then continuing to sell off to go down to lower lows. So underperformance of a bullish harmonic in a bull trend. Trend may now not be bullish. Let me see how far off we are from the top. We're off about 13. So we're not in a bear market on the S&P 500 yet. We are, I do believe, in a bear market on the NASDAQ. But from the all-time high down, yeah, we're past 20%. 20% is a bear market. Death cross, fully matured on the daily here. Not great. Jets, Airlines actually got a pretty deep price action today. Kinda. I mean, the candle's kind of stupid. Kind of pathetic. Upper wick crap. No bullish divergence or anything. Just got some love. Look at the weekly. Hidden bearish divergence on the weekly time. Higher high on the oscillator. Lower high going on. Price didn't have it on the RSI, so rotated. But yeah, this just has all the components of wanting to at least go to that 886. Right now, it's past the 618, so and once things get past the 618, typically they start going down into that 886 range, right? 886 is more common than the 786. So we do have a bullish bat harmonic lined up down there right around, what, 1348. Further decline of about 23%. This measuring all of the airline stocks. So let me take a look at an actual airline round, because some of them are actually approaching some levels here. You can see here on the weekly, this is American Airlines, right? So you're getting Class A bullish divergence. You can see it continuing to build here, okay? Approaching historic levels of resistance, okay? Treating it as support this time after a massive harmonic shut, right? M shape up, okay? Shark, if you will. The bullish shark coming back, all right, to test it again. Low, the second low, the confirmation low with divergence. I understand why people are not flying. I understand why the airline stocks are down. Oil is going up. It's very expensive to fuel the jets. Everything else is also expensive with inflation. Everybody's just kind of freaked out. So I get why these are down, but it is approaching a very attractive area to be taking a position on these assets, especially on like a weekly time frame. Really good. Really good. Now the daily is not as good, so the daily actually doesn't have any divergence. Okay. Just kind of crap. So just something to note. But when we get back down here, 1083, I mean, maybe we react here. We did get some love today. It was up about 5% today. Maybe it continues a little bit, resets these oscillators. Then when we come back down, let's say we come down here or something, at that point, then we get the Class A bullish divergence on the daily as well. Okay. And it could be a good entry. But I'm telling you, man, this area here is one to keep an eye on it. I have an alert set for 1183, so I will be watching it closely. Not a time to take just yet, but while everybody else is looking off, and you know, I'm in silver and oil and all that stuff too, but you got to pay attention to the ones that nobody is looking at either. The ones that have been doing bad. Pay attention to them, because those are the ones that are selling off and will be approaching the levels that you want to take good longs on. Strategic long, right? Unless you think American Airlines is going out of business. Personally, I don't. They're approaching decent levels. Size up for potential entry point. Okay? Don't get lost in the assets that are already up here. Okay? Give some love. Show the ones that are coming down to test double bottoms with divergence, stuff like that. Okay? A little tidbit. That's American Airlines, Southwest Airlines, similar kind of thing. This actually has a Gartley, as you can see at this support back here from June of 2015, right? So multi-year support level. Also here with a big old weekly bullish Gartley. Strongest harmonics and lining up on the 786 almost perfectly at that support. So $31.54, while also showing some, yeah, dude, Class A bullish divergence. Come on. Okay, let's say bullish divergence going on. Might even get a double on Southwest Airlines. Not quite on the RSI, but you caught the reaction, is why it's sold off maybe. But then we come up here and we make a higher low on the RSI with another higher low on the MACD as well. At the 7/8, a Gartley at support. Go, dude. That's exactly what we're talking about. Okay, that would be a beautiful entry. And then you just do something like this. You just take the entry around there. Stop loss, you know, make it breathe a little bit, maybe even 9%, something like that. The C point's gonna be the first target. We're talking 50% at that point. So that's the way you size this stuff up, man. All right. Gotta look at oil. Okay, just insane. Heading to the all-time high. All right, 145. Likely where it's going. Okay, you broke this major resistance. We're talking like multi-year resistance at $110. $111, $114. Broke through. Joke. You are massively overbought, yeah. Okay, but with that being said, you're approaching the all-time high. Throughout the levels, actually from the high to the low, we're talking like this thing could get up to $240 a barrel. Really, truly. And I've seen a lot of analysts and guys that are in the oil industry talking about how 250 could be a reality. Okay, if we don't start getting some stuff under control. Yeah, 1618 around 240, 238. Once we get into price discovery, break the all-time high, that's how you target this stuff. Okay. Crude oil. Like a war is going on. Let's see. I think that's pretty much good. We gotta take a look at nickel just cause, right? It's in the headlines. Look at nickel. Okay. 69%, 23. I mean, the last what? Up 112% in the last 2 days. This was a short squeeze, apparently. It's actually a short squeeze. So, pretty cool to look at to see it play out in real time. There's nothing to do here, okay? Do not buy nickel. That's just a recipe for disaster. But, yeah. Cool to see. All right, guys. That's going to do it. We get off here. Decent follow-through price action on Bitcoin. Cool. We continue and maybe break some resistance for the Lord's sake. All right, but guys, gonna do it. I appreciate you being here, as always. If you're tuning in live, watching this later, do me a favor, hit the like button, the subscription button, join the Discord. Put that in. All right, there's the link to the Discord. Jump in there. Usually on here Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. If I'm not here, I'm in the Discord, man. Any questions you have, throw them at me. Want me to take a look at anything, throw it in there. But yeah, dude, that's gonna do it. I'll be back tomorrow. To do a live stream. Until then, follow the Twitter, the Instagram, join that Discord. Keep it real, keep it chill, keep it bit loose. More important than any of those, as always, keep it technical. Our buzz.